Hi, my name is Muhammad Azirul Hanif bin Muhammad Sri with metric number A167573. So for today, with the theme Big Companies Analysis, I'm going to present you two types of food delivery applications that are heavily used by Malaysia, which are GrabFood and Foodpanda, that operate under food and e-commerce industry. Due to increasing demand to reduce time and energy on buying food outside of home or office, food delivery application come out with a solution that gives convenience to vendors and consumers. For your information, food delivery application is a center point where they connect eateries who are not providing delivery service to customers that want them delivered. This kind of business generates profit via home delivery fees that it charges. So, let's go to the comparison between these two in terms of their marketing strategies. Grab started in Malaysia in 2012 by Anthony Tan as My Taxi app based in Kuala Lumpur. And then, it expanded to next year as Grab Taxi. In 2016, Grab Taxi was rebranded as Grab, which encompasses all the company's products such as GrabCar, GrabBike, GrabHitch, and Grab Express with a new and redesigned logo. Other than that, Grab also developed new services as applications such as GrabFresh for trained personal shoppers and GrabWheels for electric scooters. In addition to transportation, the company offers food delivery and digital payment services via a mobile app, which are GrabFood and GrabPay. GrabFood was launched after the merger of Grab and Uber in 2018, in which Grab took over Uber's assets and operations, including Uber Eats. Grab, with its simple mission to make transport safer and more accessible, is headquartered in Singapore and currently operates in most Southeast Asia region with the estimation of 8 bookings made per second. While for Foodpanda, it was also established in 2012 in Singapore and later expanded in nearby countries including Malaysia. It is an online food and grocery delivery platform brand owned by Delivery Hero, which is headquartered in Berlin, Germany. Foodpanda is actually a business-to-consumer B2C that allows users to select from thousands of local restaurants and place orders via the website or mobile application. With just a few clicks, Foodpanda users can browse through various menus and their customer review before placing orders. Until today, Foodpanda has partnered with more than 60,000 restaurants globally, and it provides chances for those not so popular or even special edition homemade food that does not come every day to advertise their food in the application. Foodpanda Malaysia started with one goal in mind, which is to be the most convenient food delivery service in the country. So next, we go to the explanation on target consumers for both companies. GrabFood target consumers are both male and female, primarily ranging from 25 to 50 years old. Those from middle to upper class that tech-savvy enough comprise of working adults, self-employed, students, and retirees. GrabFood focuses on targeting areas such as shopping malls, offices, town, industrial areas, and airport, as its target market is analyzed to be concentrated at these locations. This strategy is able to make GrabFood more accessible to the consumers. In addition, GrabFood also uses various advertising means such as television commercials, social media platforms, newspaper, billboards, and public posters put up in bus stops and train stations to create brand awareness to the public. While for Foodpanda, its target consumers are both male and female, primarily ranging from 18 to 60 years old. Those who live in urban or semi-urban areas and always busy to prepare their own food comprise of students, employed individuals, senior citizens, and retired folks. Foodpanda offers several incentives like discount, vouchers, and special offers to grab the attention of these target consumers. This often makes its service more affordable and ultimately results in more orders and better revenues. To add on, consumers can leave their rating and reviews on several features like delivery, sale process, overall impression and taste of the ordered food in the application, which helps others to decide faster and easier. So now, let's go to the explanation of 3 different lifetimes for both companies. After the establishment of Grab taxi services in 2012, Grab started to launch GrabCar, GrabBike, GrabHitch and GrabExpress to occupy the land transport industry in Southeast Asia. It leveraged on offline advertising by having its poster and banners all around the public transport stations. In 2016, Grab launched GrabPay that can be used to pay for rides, in-store purchase, deliveries and even peer-to-peer fund transfer. It started to getting recognized by public as one of the digital payment services in making headway towards a cashless society. Over the years, Grab has successfully built brand equity with transparency, trust and convenience by encouraging constructive feedbacks and interaction with consumers for its improvements. The launching of GrabFood in 2018 not only provides food delivery service to people, but also create income opportunities for delivery partners and help small merchants grow their businesses by expanding their reach. The most appealing things about GrabFood are its very own GrabPay credits for a seamless payment method, and consumers can earn points and redeem attractive rewards through its Grab Rewards. GrabFood captures and increases its services awareness by having strong branding campaigns across all social media channels such as YouTube ads that revolving around emotions of hunger and missing home food. The COVID-19 pandemic has reportedly increased GrabFood usage across most of its markets. Grab starts to shift its employees from the most damaged sector, Grab Driver, to one of its surviving online delivery subsidiaries, which is GrabFood Rider, due to decreasing customer demand in transportation. Also, Grab take actions in empowering single mothers who can only work certain hours in a day to earn money, and people with disabilities who are seeking to contribute meaningfully to their community during this pandemic. In the joint effort of fighting against COVID-19, Grab has introduced Grab Protect, which promotes hygiene and safety measures towards its delivery partners in the ride-hailing and delivery services. While for Foodpanda, it was established by putting aside the traditional way of ordering pizza over the phone. By getting access to over 6,000 restaurants available across Malaysia with 24-hour deliveries and a 30-minute delivery promise. Over the years, Foodpanda periodically offers its merchants, riders and customers something new and inventive in terms of food festival, offers and incentives to maintain the loyalty of its customers through email marketing. Also, promotional ads and publicity events have been utilized by Foodpanda to launch several commercials in popular malls, television, radio, cinemas, magazines, newspaper, hoarding walls and billboards. In 2016, Foodpanda expanded its business through new market entry in Eastern Europe, Latin America, Russia, Africa and Asian countries by providing easy and quick availability to nearby food restaurants. To create a friendly applications toward consumers, Foodpanda accepts a variety of payment methods consist of paying using credit or debit card, online payment or cash on delivery (COD). Moreover, Foodpanda offers a great source of luring customers by providing pre-order option and availability to order for someone else, whether it is for birthday or anniversary celebration. During pandemic era starting 2020, a drastic change on money spending by consumers makes Foodpanda strategize to increase its riders to cover the demand for instant and online delivery food. In addition, Foodpanda adds new grocery delivery services, including groceries, medication or essential items from large variety of nearby shops during this pandemic. Next, Foodpanda used social media to maintain its visibility and brand value by regular updating and interactions with followers, and also invest for YouTube and festive celebrations ads. The last section in my presentation will be my choice between these two big companies. Based on my personal opinion, I would most likely vote Foodpanda to have better marketing strategies compared to GrabFood. I come up with 3 valid reasons for it that heavily considered under factors of consumer satisfaction. The first one is because Foodpanda operates 24 hours compared to standard operating hours of GrabFood, which is from 9 AM until 10 PM. This will be good for people like me who wish for food and need to satisfy my hunger, especially at late nights. Secondly, the limitations that I found in GrabFood is the absence of cash payments or cash on delivery COD services as one of the payment methods. This can be quite troublesome, especially for those who are not willing to spend much on buying food through food delivery applications like me. And last but not least, I did a poll on Sunday, 80th July on my Instagram story asking for my friends to vote either GrabFood or Foodpanda are their choices in terms of marketing strategy or preference. So there are 67 voters that resulting for, as you can see, 33 votes for GrabFood and 67 votes for Foodpanda. Therefore, I can say that 2 over 3 of my friends have similar choice with me when it comes to food providers between these two big companies. That's all from me. I hope this presentation helps you to have a clear and better understanding regarding the 2 most popular food delivery applications in Malaysia, GrabFood and Foodpanda. Thank you for listening.